Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This week's video is my October 2021 bullet journal setup. Here is a quick flip through of how September turned out because I am loving this new style that I'm going with, and as you will see, October follows a similar pattern. So this month I settled on a spooky theme, of course, considering it is spooky season and Halloween is just around the corner. So similar to last month, I decided to paint my monthly spread, and I did this off camera. However, if you do want the tutorial how to do this painting or even something similar, I will leave a link in the description box below. So once the paint had dried, I did of course go in with a metallic gold pen just to add some more highlights to it to make it sort of glowy to add the spooky feeling. And then I cut it out and glued it in to fit the page perfectly. After that, it was on to my monthly overview. I did go slightly off script for what I had planned for this and ended up making the writing a lot bigger and removing some of the drawings. However, it is the same setup that I used in previous months, and that is the calendar of October on 2 separate pages. So on the first page, as you can see, I will enter all my personal dates, such as birthdays or gatherings with friends. And then on the right, I have all my college and university dates, such as college events, when tests are happening, or when different assignments are due. So I find it really helpful to keep these two parts of my life separate, and I just prefer how it looks a lot neater and how the monthly dates aren't as cluttered when all the information has to go on the same calendar. I also purposely used these 3 separate markers that were all fading to give it a rougher, more spooky type look before adding in the boxes that will hold each of the events, and finally going back with my washi tape, which I will be adding throughout this month's layout. Then I used this beautiful Tombow dual brush pen to write in the dates and also to add some more colour to the rest of the page. And as you will see, I will be using this pen throughout this month's theme as the main colour, since it does remind me of pumpkins and of Halloween and everything spooky. Moving on from that, we have my work hours, video plan and to-do list spread. This is pretty specific spread to my own life, so some of you guys might have no use at all for this page, but I do decide my own work hours in my current job, so it's very helpful to keep track of the hours I work each week. I also have the video plan, as I said, which helps keep track of the videos that I intend to post for you guys and any ideas I might get throughout the month. And then finally, the entire right hand page is dedicated to a to-do list. So this is general things that I want to get done this month, but they might not have specific dates that I could add to the days or to the weeks within October. So like I said, this is a very simple but clear way to keep track of my work hours. I have the different number boxes for the amount of videos I plan to post this month, both on this channel, which you guys are currently watching, but also on Rachel's Red, which is my booktube channel, so please do check that out. Before I went into my to-do list, and instead of using traditional boxes, I decided to use these kind of crystal ball fortune telling setup, just again to link back to the Halloween theme, the Halloween spirit, before using the exact same coloured Tombow brush pen, and again adding some details just to give it a touch of colour. After that, I picked up my super old fading markers and just went in to colour each of the almost bubble type writing that I did for the titles. As I said, these markers are so close to being out of ink, so I did have to cut the end off some of them just to actually be able to use it. but I do love the final effect, which is very smoky, very clouded, and just adds to the old-fashioned kind of scary theme that I was going for. So finally back in with the Tombow brush pen just to clean up some edges before colouring in this really odd looking cat, bit of a scary looking cat that I split in two. And once that is done, you will see I move on to my undated, kind of vaguely journal-like setup. Personally, I always find it a lot easier to keep track of things and to actually use the bullet journal in general when I don't have specific boxes for specific dates. So instead, I keep the pages pretty blank aside from different drawings, as you can see, that are always related to my monthly theme. I have 16 pairs of pages, so there are 32 pages in total, which does allow me to have a page for every day if I so wish. Some days I need 2 pages for a single entry, some days I need 3. It honestly changes every day depending on how busy I am or how much time I have, and that is why I prefer to use this undated spread, because it does allow me to use my journal for pretty much everything that I want to. So I just put in a few drawings, usually a drawing per page, just to add decoration and to keep the same theme throughout the journal. So you will see later on I will add washi tape to each of these pages once I have gone back in with the orange marker to add some more colour. And overall, I just really love this layout. I never really was able to use the dedicated weekly spread layouts. So if you, like me, could never really get into that side of journaling, then I definitely do recommend keeping things very loose, very vague like this, and seeing how that works for you, because it was definitely a life changer when I started to do this. Now that each of the days have been coloured in, here's a quick flip through the first 3 pages of the journal before I go back in with the washi tape and just add it to each of the blank pages I save for my daily or weekly entries. This brings us to the end of the video. Please like, subscribe, comment any ideas you have below, as I update new videos every week, and I'll see you then.